South Philadelphia, Wells Fargo Center. The opening tip won by the 6.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. Substitutions, Cleveland.
Evans. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Grayson Allen. Cavaliers with the basketball. He was hacked. They let it go.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Josh Richardson at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 78% at the line. Not that time.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Clarkson with the basketball. Leads a bucket. Evans to Clarkson. Nothing going here on that drive. Now a steal by Philly. Shot from the lane won't go. Nance to Clarkson. Second effort. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Fires the three. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Clarkson to Evans. 5 to shoot for Cleveland. Off the mark. To Horford. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. Evans. To Clarkson. It's Clarkson with the slam.
As a defender with inferior athletic ability, there's really not a lot you can do when you're outside the restricted area and you're caught lost in space.
To Richardson. Curling inside.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers. To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
I got ball. This is all me.
That's going to be out of bounds. Count the bucket for 2.
You know, he may not show up in your feed all the time with the crazy highlights, but he's one of the most underrated creative shot makers we have in this game.
Here's a chance from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Clarkson with the basketball. They lead it. 4-point game. Thompson to Clarkson. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
To Allen. To Horford. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Clarkson.
Watch the pick. You see it. You see it.
Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Fires the 3. Well, their first 3, and they're right back in it within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those that dropped earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Nice pass to get things going.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. That's now 4. He hasn't missed.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball guys will 100% reward you.
Clarkson. Over to the right side. Evans to Clarkson. Has a look. Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Al Horford going to the line to shoot 2.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Al Horford at the line for 2 shots. Shoots it at 75% for his career. And he makes them both. To Evans. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. He's been lights out so far. 5 for 5.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Gets a look, can't hit.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Horford. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
And he connects on the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip. Beyond the arc for 3. Good contest. Tyreek Evans can't hit it. They'll let one fly from half court. That's it for the first quarter. The Cavaliers with the lead. Time to turn the page after a close first quarter. Jay, what stood out?
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
Cruises inside for 2.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Philadelphia with the basketball. To Simmons. Nice finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Number 25, Ben Simmons. Pick up.
Sexton. Cavs with 4 to shoot. Yes, tough shot. It's got to go up to go in.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
To Simmons. Good look that time, but off the mark. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Free throw good as he completes the 3-point play. The lead is up to 6.
I got ball.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
For the Cavaliers, number 23, Tyreke Evans.
Love.
Right.
To Evans. Ben Simmons sends it away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Harris. For 3. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Count the basket at the rim.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
To Embiid. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Simmons with it. Down 8. To Tobias Harris. Deep left corner. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Love. Curling inside and finishes at the rim. Kevin Love with the stuff. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
From long range. Cleans it up. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Cleveland has the basketball. to Evans. They'll get it down to Johnson. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who've been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers. Terrific vision and throws it down.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
To Colin Sexton. Joel Embiid with a piece. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2.
Well, I see him working out, huh? I got blocked.
To Embiid. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Evans. Screen coming. To Colin Sexton. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player.
And he misses that one free throw.
Subbing in the Cleveland Cavaliers, number 4, Wesley Johnson.
And scores.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Sexton to Love. Lets it fly from long range. And Kevin Love, no hesitation, hits the catch-and-shoot 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Evans to Colin Sexton. Al Horford with the block. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Evans to Love.
Screen.
Big finish. Full head of steam that time.
See, these are the type of opportunities the defense doesn't take advantage of. When that guy went up for that dunk, he cradled the ball to gain momentum. As soon as he brings that ball back to you in the cradle, you have to have active hands, get in there, strip that ball away.
And too much contact.
A simple touch foul.
First try at the line, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Sixers have the basketball. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Evans to Love. Scores from the post.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there is a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Josh Richardson, 3 for 6 now.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Hey, locked up.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Goes to the left side. Fires the 3. He was crowded. Grayson Allen off the mark. To Evans. Knock loose. They love this hustle. To Richardson. Here's a chance from long range.
To number 18, Matthew Dellavedova. That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
First one goes down. Second and 3 is good. Perfect from the line. It's all 3 of them. Cavs at the controls. Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Allen. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Grayson Allen. To Richardson. Going to launch beyond the arc. Second effort. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
Evans to Love. Count it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Here we go. I got him.
Runner here won't go. To Evans. And he knocks it down, Jay.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
D up, baby.
Has a chance. The jumper's off the mark. And a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Knocks down the first.
To the line for 2. Substitutions, Philadelphia.
Able to convert.
All right, let's do it.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. Entering the game.
Fires the 3. Smothering D. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Wesley Johnson has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. Can't connect on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Cashes in for 2.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Cavaliers with the basketball to Love. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. Knight into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. And scores, plus the foul. Al Horford taking it to the basket. And now with a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
To Love. He scores. Euro step into the rim, Jay.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Horford. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Nance to Clarkson. It's Clarkson with the slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
No good. That's great defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Gets it in the left corner. Baseline drive. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
To Horford. Slams it down. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Clarkson. Trying to cash in. Clarkson shot no good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. Clarkson to Love. Look out, Larry Nance Jr.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Knight into the front court. The lead is 11. To Clarkson for 3 and drains it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
back to shoot for Cleveland, and they called a foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Nope, first one does not go. Good bounce back, hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. The Cavs are victorious as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.